stuff are happening right now.
All right, I'm good.
All right, let's go to our friend Dave McMenamin from ESPN. He's on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. Dave, thank you for your time. It's very much appreciated. Of course, here in Sacramento, we're all talking about this series, and we're all talking about Draymond Green's stomp. What'd you think of the stomp, and do you think the NBA should suspend Draymond for last night's incident?
No, I don't think they should. The goal is to have both teams at full strength and you find a true winner. And if there was no move from Domantas Sabonis to be the impetus for that move, then sure, suspend him. And you look at his past history of inappropriate non-basketball actions in playoff scenarios, and you say sure. But it's pretty clear that Sabonis grabbed his foot. And once you do that, all bets are off. I'm not saying it was a classy move by Draymond Green, but it also didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I said the same thing. Yeah, I mean, you can't deny that Domas did grab the foot. I also said that the reaction is not warranted. Did you think in any way that he was defending his actions afterwards? Did you think his actions were defensible or reasonable in any way in the aftermath?
Certainly not, but I also don't think what Sabonis saying that he was just trying to protect his face in that moment was defensible either. Both sides are lying. And that's why the league is best off going forward by not having any suspensions here.
ESPN's Dave McMenamin with us here at Cattles and Ramie, Sactown Sports. Dave, watching this series and talking to people through the first two games, what's the biggest surprise for you so far in this series?
The defending champions are down 0-2. We're still talking Kings Warriors.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were both really close games. And it wasn't that Sacramento, anyone viewed them as a pushover, but when the teams in the back half of the Western Conference playoff picture were jockeying for position, the Lakers and the Suns and the Clippers, and the Warriors, of course, it seemed like the Kings were the easiest mark out of that group. And they've been great so far. Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, providing just all sorts of offense and not giving the Warriors defense a chance to corral them. And we know that that's a team with depth as well and a ton of confidence. And I have some friends who were covering those first two games, and they tell me the atmosphere was everything you'd want to hope from a basketball-crazed city that's been waiting a decade and a half for a moment like this.
How much of what we've seen in the first two games do you think is because Mike Brown and his time on Steve Kerr's bench, knowing the Warriors inside and out?
Certainly, anytime you have a situation like that, like the Lakers played the Wolves in the play-in round, and it was Darvin Ham giving the floor to guys like Malik Beasley and D'Angelo Russell and Jared Vanderbilt to share their information that they knew about what those teams run. And if the guy with that insider knowledge is actually the head coach, of course that's going to have an impact.
Dave, all right, Dave, if we could put you on hold for a second quick. JJ told me to put Dave on hold. So I'm put him on hold. I don't know why.
I'm not sure why either.
But Dave McMenamin, I remind you, is on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. I think there's a technical thing going on right now. I see JJ looking at the board, trying to figure some things out. Hopefully we get to the bottom of it. All right, we're going to get back to Dave here. Dave, again, sorry for the quick delay. I want to ask you about the Lakers-Grizzlies now. Ja Morant's a game-time decision. Does his health to you ultimately sway that series?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the fact that the Lakers got game one with Ja played pretty well up until the moment when Anthony Davis took that charge and he re-aggravated that right hand injury. It lets you know that these teams are pretty equal. And if the difference between a win and a loss is an all-NBA guard, like that's a pretty wide gulf there. So it's the Lakers people I spoke to today at practice, and whether this is just because you had to have some level of gamemanship or you prepare for the worst, they all believe Ja Morant will be in the lineup for game two. Now, how effective he'll be, we'll have to see. but they imagine being the competitor is the moment that the Grizzlies have worked to get towards at this stage of the season, they think he'll be out there.
The other big injury suffered in the opening weekend of the NBA playoffs was Giannis in Milwaukee and him trying to draw the charge. And he's doubtful for tomorrow's game. Do you think, first of all, do you think there might be you just mentioned some gamesmanship when talking about injuries. Do you think there might be some gamesmanship going on there? But can they get past Miami without Giannis if that continues to be an issue with the back injury?
And the fact is Miami is also missing Tyler Hero. He's definitely out for the series. That makes it more of an uphill climb. They got a big game out of Kevin Love, maybe the best game he's played for the Heat since he joined them after leaving Cleveland. Jimmy Butler is as confident of a dude as there is, and we talk about seedings in some of these other series. He doesn't care that it's 8-1. He looks at it like, hey, I beat these guys in the bubble and led my team to the finals, and was putting a scare into LeBron James and the Lakers. And so certainly it will be a tough matchup for the Bucks to overcome, but I think they could withstand even Giannis missing one more game and coming back from down 0-2, because when healthy, the Bucks have been the best team in basketball, I think by a pretty wide margin this season.
Last one for you, Dave. And again, thanks for the time. It's much appreciated. I just wanted to ask you about Dallas. I found them to be fascinating this offseason. Lucas said he's happy when the season was over, all that stuff. But about Kyrie Irving, does Kyrie need Dallas more than he'd like to admit here?
You look at the market. What's out there? He wanted to get upwards of $50 million a year extension from Brooklyn. That is what set the chain of actions in motion, leading him to be traded at Dallas in the first place. We know that Dallas is interested in offering an extension to him. Mark Cuban's already said it. Yeah, the Lakers expressed interest in him, but the Lakers right now could have a point guard in D'Angelo Russell who is asking for about $20 million less a season, and now allows them to work on their depth and re-sign guys like Austin Reeves or Malik Beasley or Troy Brown Jr., Dennis Schroeder, etc. So I think Kyrie kind of needs Dallas, because if he wants to get paid in the manner he's been asking for, that's the place it's going to happen. And in terms of Dallas needing him, you can't have a player of that ilk walk for nothing and expect that you are appeasing a generational talent in Luka Doncic. And so I think it has to get done.
Dave, thanks a lot, man. We appreciate your time. No, it's a busy time of year. Hopefully we get to do this again soon. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
There goes Dave McMenamin on the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop. Yeah, I think Kyrie needs